All right, so we got to talk a little bit about the rent outside. In a new report that, 67% of us in the city, actually by any standard, any measure that I've seen, are renters in the area.
Yeah, I believe
That's
that.
a lot of renters.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of people renting. Only 33%, if I remember the number right, are people who actually live in the homes that they own.
Yeah,
in the city.
It's frankly, it's too expensive for a lot of people. I mean, it's too much, and now we're understanding just how much we're talking about, even when you rent.
Yeah. New report says basically that 1 in 3 New Yorkers, let's get that, suggests that 34%, wait a minute, a new report from the Community Service Society suggests that 34%, that's 1 in 3 New Yorkers, is giving 50% of their income away in rent.
That is not
50%
right.
50% for your rent. And then how much does that leave for everything else?
That is not what should happen. But taking a look at the rent prices, the current average for a 1-bedroom in New York City, just breaking this down in numbers, $4,250 a month.
Yeah.
That is $51,000 a year in just rent.
For a 1-bedroom. That's a 1-bedroom.
And that's a year, $51,000 a year.
Yeah.
And experts suggest if you are paying that amount in rent, that should only be 30% of your annual income, not 50%.
Yeah, and we've seen
Wild.
the rents fluctuate, but they remain high. I mean, they'll dip a little bit and then go up and dip a little bit. This analysis, specifically with this report, blames the lack of affordable housing, which has been a point of concern for so many people. Yep. Also, the rise of both homelessness and rent prices as contributors to the problem. So they're saying that the people are paying more because it costs more to rent. But we were talking about it. It's just, even if people wanted to own their own home, which some choose not to, they want to rent for a variety of reasons, it's just too much. Even if you're in a building that maybe you could swing the mortgage, the monthly fees get you, and the cost of everything else, by the way, also going up as we've documented.
Yeah, well, I'll just tell you personally that we always owned our home in New York, and when I came back to work in the city, this was the first time I chose not to purchase in the city. And so we are renting our home here in the city, and it is too expensive. By anyone's measure, the percentage of your income that goes to live in your rent should not be 50%. And these numbers used to be something that we all had to take into account so that we had spendable income during, 30% of your money going to your rent. That's okay, because then you have some money to spend on the other things that you need.
And for families, it's really, really
and that's
challenging.
Why you have urban flight.
Right. No, exactly right. Exactly right.
At this very high pace, and it continues because of these figures.
And so the city does need to kind of get involved in that conversation, I believe, because when the numbers are that lopsided and you want to attract people or keep people here knowing that most of them are going to be renters, you got to pay attention.
The problem is when they want to build the affordable housing buildings, a lot of neighborhoods say they don't want them in their neighborhoods.